That ninja did not like me. All right, y'all, welcome back to another Storytime video. Happy New Year's to everyone and welcome to 2025. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's Storytime video. The last Storytime that I put up, you guys absolutely love the Storytime. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was a little nervous about doing a Storytime series on my channel, but I've been getting so much positive feedback from you guys and I really appreciate it. And that's the reason why I'm continuing this in 2025. I kind of feel like Storytimes, like I said before, is like a therapy session for me and for some of y'all, which I just recently realized that a lot of y'all like these sessions because it's also therapy for y'all as well. So I've been doing a lot of releasing last year and I still, you know, got a couple of stories for you guys. I kind of feel like I've been through a lot of stuff, like even going back, because I kind of write notes before I do these story times and just thinking about the things that have happened, crazy. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's story time. As you guys can see in the title, you already know what it is, guys. So I advise you to go ahead and grab a snack and a drink and get ready for this story time. All right, y'all, so I already did my eyebrows and I already primed. There's a primer that I use down here from Benefits that's a little bit ashy tone, but it's all good. We're just gonna go ahead and start this makeup look. I don't really have anywhere I'm going today, but I do have a hair video to do, so you know, I'll do like a little bit of a look. Y'all know my makeup is pretty basic, but we're gonna do it anyways because I have to film today anyway, so we're gonna kill two birds with uno stones. So today's story time, my friends actually had the pleasure of experiencing this story time as well. Now, I don't know, they're watching this video right now, but I don't know if they will understand in the concept that I'm giving it to you guys, but this is the way this is my perspective of the situation and how I interpreted the situation. So obviously you guys can see as the title, this story time basically is about the moment that I realized that the person I was dating did not like me. Now, I can give you guys so many other indications that the person didn't like me, but this scenario right here is the scenario or the story time or the part where I really realized like this person just does not like me. Like they really like do not like me. So this was about like 2020, around during COVID time, 2020 or 2021. It was around that, I believe it was 2020. Was it 2020? 2020? Yeah, it was 2020 and it was COVID time. And I remember we had like a Halloween party, so everybody came to my house. This is when I was living in Bushwick, Brooklyn. And you know, this was a nice apartment, guys. I really love this place. I lived at this place for like 18 months. And I'll insert a picture here because I remember the girls came over when we had the Halloween party and we dressed up as inmates. Like, because we were locked up because of COVID. We thought it was kind of cute. It was cute too anyway. So we kind of dressed up and we were having a party. So around this time, again, I told you guys that the person that I was dating, they had like a new set of friends. And again, I told you guys, these weren't like the college educated friends. These were the friends that he picked up on the corner. So it was just like really random to us. Again, these people were showing up at the house. He was inviting them to the house. And this was my first time meeting all of these people. So along with my sisters and everybody else, the regular people that usually come to events at my house, like his educated friends and my friends, when we all came up, it was just our group. He slowly started to add in like these street people or like these randos that he literally, I'm telling you, I'm not even trying to say like no cap, no tea. I'm not trying to say it to be disrespectful, but these are people that he literally picked up on the street corner of his block. I'm serious, y'all. I can't even make this shit up. So randomly, sporadically, he just started introducing these people to the group. Like he just started trying to mix this specific group of people with the group that we already established. And again, I was never introduced to these people like personally. He literally introduced them with everybody else. So that was the first line of like disrespect. He didn't respect me enough to like introduce me to these people separately. He just showed up at the house and said, hey, this is my friend. And that literally was what it was. And it was rando after rando after rando. And one thing with me, especially what I've learned, like, you know, living, you know, have my own place and stuff like that and establishing my own residency, you can't invite everybody to your house. And I feel like when I was dating this guy, he would always randomly be inviting randos to my house. Y'all don't even understand how many times I would have to like lock my stuff up, lock my things away because like I have valuables and I don't know these people. And that's one thing that I just did not like. It's like you literally pick somebody off the street. You don't even know their personality. You don't even know their traits. You don't know any of their morals. You don't know anything like that. And you literally bring them into your house. Like dude, I have valuables. Like, why are you just bringing randos into the house? Again, dealt with that like an idiot, like, you know, again, I've learned throughout the years that not everybody needs to be in your house. And that's another thing about, like, not everyone is your friend, or you don't need to befriend everybody. And I learned that as a kid growing up. I'm Haitian, so y'all know my mother implanted that in our head, like, like, you're not, everyone's not your friend. Like, you, like, picking up people like that, like random people like that, like, again, very strange. But nonetheless, we move on. So I was having this Halloween party at my house, and he showed up at the house with this random dude, right? Now, we were having a good time. I'm not gonna lie, every single time I have a party, my parties be lit at my house, y'all. Food and drinks, everything delicious, tasty, everything is good. So everyone literally has a great time. Y'all can go ahead and ask. It's always a good time at Dom's house, no matter where I'm living, who my surroundings are. I feel like I'm a pretty good host. Hopefully some of my girls could agree. So it's always a good time. And of course, everyone gets turned up and stuff like that, but everyone safely makes it home. Everyone's adult enough, everyone's responsible enough. And that's one thing that I like love about my friends. Like, we can go out and have a good time or whatever, but I feel like all my friends are adult enough and mature enough to get it to fuck together and get the heck out of somebody's house. You'll never catch me sloppy drunk where I can't make it home, or I can't get, like, what are you doing? Get it together. You should be able to make it to your destination, which is your bed. You know what I'm saying? You should never get yourself to that point where you have to, you know, resort to staying or trying to like sleep at somebody's house, etc., etc. You should be able to as an adult, I feel like you should be able to go outside. You were responsible enough to drink. You're responsible enough to drink responsibly, and get home. Like, that's my thing. Like, I feel like that's like a pet peeve of mine. Like, people that are just sloppy that can't get home. Like, you shouldn't have been drinking. You know what I mean? So, dude's rando friend comes to the house, and he's like super drunk, intoxicated, wasted, right? So obviously it was a 2-bedroom, so it was a bedroom, my office, the bathroom, the living room area. You know, Brooklyn apartment is super, super small. Like, this Brooklyn apartment that I had was one of the tiniest I've had. It was so small. So dude ends up, like, randomly, I'm just like looking at the room, and I see like the room slims down. Like, it's not as many people. Like, he had a couple of his bum friends there. It was maybe like 4 or 5 of his bum friends that were there. And one of the bum friends, I noticed that he like went missing. So I'm just like, okay, where did that guy go? Like, I'm just looking, not thinking anything of it. So I open my office door, just going to my office door just to go get something. And I find this dude sleeping on the floor in my office. Again, I have valuables. Like, again, in my office, I have like desktops, cameras, laptop. I have like all this stuff in my office, jewelry, like bags, like stuff like that, right? So when I open the office and I see this guy sleeping on the floor, I'm just sitting there like, what is he doing? Like, he needs to get out the office. You know, why is he on the floor? So I go over to the dude that was living at my house, and I said to him, you know, like, he's sleeping on the floor. Can you get him out? Like, he needs to go. Like, I've called him. I told him to wake up. He's not waking up. Can you get him up to go? Now, one part that I didn't tell you guys is that this person is actually currently homeless. So this person has nowhere to live. They basically roam the streets. I guess he was like staying at one of the other homeboys' house, like sleeping on someone's couch. But that homeboy kicked him out, so now he's on the street. So to me, it was starting to seem like he found a new homeboy, because, you know, that's his next homeboy over, a new homeboy to come try to sleep in their house. Now, this is where you got me fucked up at. Now, I don't care if the other bum friends of yours let all these people just randomly come sleep at his house or whatever. That's not what we're gonna do here. One thing about me is, like, I don't want strangers sleeping at my house. If you ain't family, if I don't know you like that, you're not sleeping at my house. And that's just straight up. I don't know about anybody else, but like, I kind of feel like as adults, we should be able to handle ourselves in a mature way, especially when we want to go out, drink, smoke, do all that kind of stuff. You should be able to handle yourself in a mature way to get your ass up and get out somebody's house. And that's on God. Like, that's not, for me, I always look at things like, that's not something I would do to anybody. I wouldn't go up in anybody's dwelling and sleep in their office and refuse to get up. When I tell you guys, he ended up refusing to get up, like refusing to leave my house. He refused to leave. Like, kept waking up sporadically. It was just kind of like, oh, like, he's not leaving, etc., etc. And I'm just sitting there like, excuse me? At one point I said this in front of my friends. I was standing in the living room. I said in front of my friends and the guy that was living at my house is his friends too. I said, if he doesn't get up, I'm gonna grab him by his 2 pigtails and I'm gonna drag him out here and drag him outside. Because at that point I was heated, because it's like, why would you think that, why would they think that I would ever accept something like that? This dude that lives here does not run this shit. This apartment is under my name. Like, don't ever in your life think that you're about to make these people think that you're over here being the superior, you're like the dominant man in this relationship. You're neither or. You're nothing. So I feel like he was almost disrespecting me as well too, because like, why would they think that just because they're able to sleep on their homeboy's couch or their homeboy's floor, that we would have that same energy here? I don't do stuff like that. So let me tell y'all something. This dude, the dude that was living at my house, that old dude, y'all know that this dude went into while the party's going on, we're still having fun. This dude goes into my office, closes the door behind him, and sits there for about, I tell y'all, about an hour. I don't even know what was going on in that office, okay? Like, what y'all doing in there? If he's drunk, what are you doing in there? Like, are you talking? Are y'all hugging it out? Like, what is going on behind that door? When I tell y'all, this dude spent an hour in there, coaching, talking, giving spiritual lessons. I don't even know what happened in there. I didn't hear any aggression. I didn't hear any boxing. I didn't hear any fighting. I didn't hear any masculine aggression in there. I was just so fucking confused about it. You spend an hour in there, finally, out of nowhere, it's like, quickly, they exit and they walk out. And I'm just sitting there like, wow. Like, you just took your time, you took your patience, and you really put a lot of effort into this dude, this random dude that you literally just met. You just gave him so much time, effort, and devotion so that he can get off the room. And I'm sitting there saying like, damn, I never had that type of dedication and devotion. You never took the time or dedication, devotion to talk to me like that. Like, what the fuck is up with that? And I say that to say this. Prior to this party that we had, so a couple weeks prior to this party, if y'all know, I bought a nice little bike in the summertime around that time, and I still have the bike to this day, guys. Now, getting the bike was like a new venture that I wanted to do. Like, not even a new venture. I used to ride bikes when I was a kid. I used to rollerblade. I used to do so many fun activities when I was a kid. This was back in the day when we actually went outside. So it was nice to, you know, I'm living in the city. I want to get a bike. I want to kind of like ride the bike in the city like everybody does. And it's, you know, you would think it's kind of dangerous, but it's not that dangerous. You just got to pay attention to the roads in the city while you're riding your bike. You know, they got your own bike lane. So you know, I thought it was going to be a fun experience. So one day dude decided that we would go and take a bike ride up the Williamsburg Bridge. And again, I was living in Bushwick this time, so to get to Williamsburg is not that far. It's like literally like the same, it's like in the same area. It's like the same thing, right? I literally live like at that peak, Williamsburg and Bushwick, if y'all know what I mean. So right, y'all know what I mean. Anyways, so that day we decided to ride the bike to the Williamsburg Bridge. Now, I'm considered a beginner. I'm not gonna sit here and try to act like I am like the biggest, best bike rider. I'm not. It's been years since I rode a bike. I just got the bike, so I'm absolutely learning and starting to ride the bike again. So obviously this first trip was gonna be a big trip for me, and I was like, you know what, hopefully, and I pre-warned the person before, like, you know, hopefully, you know, I can keep up, but like, you know, I might be slow. Now, this is not something you would be explaining to somebody that you're dating. They should already know to use like a little care, consideration, and, you know, just be careful with the person. I just felt like that was like some normal stuff. I don't know what I was missing in this scenario, but it is what it is. So we rode the bike all the way to the Williamsburg Bridge. We took a break, whatever. Obviously, I was super tired. You gotta pedal. It's a lot. And on top of that, New York City roads are very potholy and rickety. So you're gonna go through stuff. Your bike gonna be hitting stuff. That butt gonna be hurting. You gonna feel everything, right? You know what I mean? Even though the bike that I got is actually a good bike to, you know, like ride and everything. It wasn't just like a cute bike. It's actually like one of those bikes that you're up to bike ride with, right? Like a really nice bike. So even with all that, this big old tush behind me, my tail was hurting, guys. Like my butt was hurting on that seat. So I had to pause a couple times. And again, there's like hills, there's stuff like that. So you have to anticipate being tired, okay? I haven't ridden a bike in years, so I was gonna be tired. So it came up to the time we were returning, right? And there was a hill that we had to go up to, right? So immediately once I got towards the hill, I was already tired at that point. Like I was already freaking exhausted at that point. So for me, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I need to get off the bike and at least like walk the bike up the hill. Like something normal. I didn't think that it was that big of a deal. It was like a normal thing to do. Do y'all know that this dude left me? Like when I tell y'all I was like so exhausted, I was like, you know what, like I can't make it up this. I'm just gonna stop and, you know, walk the bike up the hill. It's a normal thing. People do it all the time. And again, like your significant other is exhausted, like needs some support, like can you like help your partner out, like, you know, right? Normal things, right? Because normal, right? Right. So guys, I tell this guy I can't get up on the hill, I'm gonna ride it. Y'all know this guy left me and walked and rode the bike all the way back to the apartment. Did not wait for me at all. Went ahead and got on the bike out of frustration. Even got a whole attitude with me, y'all. Got a whole stinking attitude with me. And left me at the bottom of the hill. And literally, I think it was about another like 15 or 20 minutes for me. Like 15 minutes for me to get from the bottom of the hill back up. And at that point, I was exhausted. I wasn't getting back on that bike. So I just walked the bike back like a regular person. Like I just walked the bike back. I'm exhausted. I'm walking my bike. Let me tell y'all why I bring this up and why I said this is the moment that I knew that the person, or the scenario before, why this person didn't like me, is because the amount of effort that it took this person to talk, to coach, to coddle this stranger that this person literally met maybe like a 6 months ago, a complete stranger, you know? The amount of like effort, time, dedication he took going into my office to sit there for an hour. And again, like I said, there was no wrestling in there. I didn't hear any voices. I didn't hear anything. All I heard was peace, harmony, silence, love, and joy in that room that time. So he had all of that energy, all of that patience, all that consideration, all of that love, that empathy for that stranger that he literally only knew for about 6 months. That's the moment when I realized that that mofo did not like me. He was passionate about anybody else, any stranger, any weirdo, anything. It could have been a bug on the street. He would show more compassion to that bug on the street than me. That is the moment that I realized that that ninja did not like me. Like I said to you guys, along the way, there were other signs that this person didn't like me, but I felt like that was like the most clearest sign that I ever seen, just because the fact that this person knew nothing about these people. I've been with this person for, at this point, at least like 3 years. He literally just met this bum on the street. He met this bum on the street, and this bum on the street gave him I don't know what. Let me tell you something. I don't even know the extent of the relationship of this group. Like, it was just too much like devotion for these random friends. Like, and again, he had his, again, the educated lame friends. And I felt like the relationship with the educated lame friends wasn't as deep and passionate as it was with these quote unquote like street people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and again, I'm not saying this to be ugly. I'm saying this because this is straight facts. And one thing about me is I'm gonna give straight facts. He met these people on the corner near the corner store. I'm not making this up. So I'm speaking straight facts. I'm not trying to be shady. I'm not trying to throw shade or whatever. But he literally met these people on the corner, like on the corner of the block. Like, so when I say that like that, and I'm dead ass serious. So again, I just felt like I knew this person for like 3 years. Like I guess I didn't know you because, you know, he had that mask up. Okay. So I knew this person for about 3 years, and they couldn't even encourage me, give me any ounce of courage or anything to get up that hill. And let me tell you something, my friends were laughing when I told this story, because it is kind of funny. It's like, All I needed was like a little bit of support, a little bit of reassurance, help to get up the hill. When I tell y'all that he just did not want to be near, he was so upset. And again, this dude rode a bike to work for a living. I mean, not for a living, but he rode his bike to work. So of course, you're gonna be a little bit, you know, a little bit more skilled than I am. I haven't ridden on a bike in a year, but it's kind of like, dang, you would have thought I would have got a little bit of grace. I would have got a little bit of whatever. But again, he gave all that grace and all that energy to a complete stranger, to a complete but treated me poorly. And I just never, at that was the moment right then. When I tell you guys I was furious at the house, when that motherfucker wouldn't get out of my house, I was so pissed off. Like, get him the fuck out. Because at that point, that's when it started clicking when I was at the house. I was like, is he serious right now? Like, is he seriously sitting here right now giving this guy relationship energy, loving energy, family energy? Like, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Going through that experience has taught me that you really need to date people that actually like you. And I remember talking about this a lot last year and kind of like towards, you know, like a couple months after the whole breakup. You really need to date people that actually like you. Stop dating people that are kind of sometimey with you, that just kind of like do whatever with you or treat you whatever type of way. Be with people that actually take time and consider your feelings, who you are, the things you like, the things you don't like. People that genuinely actually liked you and want to get to know you. This dude literally, you know, kind of swindled me in the beginning, showed me the care in the beginning, and then completely turned it off. And one thing that this person was really good at is making himself seem like the hero, or making himself seem like the good guy in front of everybody else. Because I kid you guys not, I don't think anybody knew how he really was. So again, you're showing all of this like dedication and like love and showing all this loyalty to strangers just to make himself seem like he was that guy. And I don't know, I used to think like maybe it's like a confidence thing or a self-esteem thing, needing the need for, again, the need for recognition, the need for like people to like, I don't understand, I don't even know how to explain it to you guys. I kind of feel like this person surrounding themselves around people like on the street, like bums on the street, or just people like that, because he always wanted himself to seem like he was better. And I'm gonna say like this, because this person had a good job. He had, he had stuff like that, and these people had nothing. So in their eyes, they looked at him like he was like this all be all guy. This one got a bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he had to find people that were lower than him to make himself look good. Y'all get what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just kind of feel like that this whole scenario just like, I was like, Dag, this dude, he don't like me. Like, he like tolerates me, but his loyalty is definitely not here. His loyalty is what whoever feeds his ego. That's what I was trying to say. I felt like his loyalty was to those people because they fed his ego. They made him think that he was that guy. And of course you're gonna look like that guy because you have a career job and you're hanging on the corner. Like, when I tell y'all, some people that ain't from the hood really want to be from the hood, or people that are they're from the hood, but like they kind of like, leveled up and kind of got out, they will always go back to that crabs in the barrel mentality. Like, like you're working like a pretty decent job, but you spend most of your time drinking on the corner. Like, it just never made sense, or it didn't correlate to me. But at the end of the day, y'all, like I said to y'all, date people who actually like you. Stop dating people that don't care about you. Date people that actually like you. Like, we don't have time to waste in 2025. Everybody needs to, honestly, in 2025, I don't even know if people's focus is on dating. And if it's not for you, then do you. But if you're dating or you're looking to date somebody, find somebody that's truly interested in you. Not interested in what you got to offer, not interested in your body, not interested in anything like that. Just you. You know what I'm saying? The real you, your personality, who you are. I don't know what I was doing in my 20s. I said early 20s, girl. Well, my 20s, because all of this stuff happened in my 20s. But you know what? I'm on the greater side of things, y'all. I'm a grown 34-year-old woman, and it's looking good for me, baby. It's looking good. So if you guys enjoyed today's story time, y'all, this is the finished look today. Came out fabulous per usual. Look at that. And this hair, I will actually leave this hair link down below for you guys. This hair video will be up tomorrow. Very cute. There'll be a coupon code and everything for you guys. Just giving nice glam look. The makeup came out popping. You guys will see this makeup tutorial in another hair video that I'm about to record after this one, but the girl eats it up, honey. Okay? She's eating it up. All right, y'all.